Miss Kepley here, and today we're going to be talking about cause and effect relationships. Specifically, we're going to be looking at how individuals, events, and ideas interact. Before we get started, we need to develop a strong foundation by taking note of important vocabulary to help us build a basic understanding of cause and effect. Let's look at these vocabulary words. First, we have cause. This is an action, decision, or event that makes something happen. So a cause can be something someone does, a choice someone makes, or an event that changes what happens next. So if we have cause, the next one's going to be effect. An effect is the outcome or decision of the cause. So it can be what changes, what happens next, and how people or situations are impacted. As the great reader you are, here's my pro reader tip for you. Most informational texts that you're going to read don't just have one cause and effect relationship. And strong readers, which you are, look for the chain of events, not just one moment. So as that strong reader, you're going to have this inner dialogue. You need to ask yourself, what is the impact of the cause and effect relationship, and how did things change? Cause and effect creates a chain reaction. Like I said, it's not just one isolated event typically. So one action leads to a response. That response creates a new situation. And that new situation causes something else to happen. And you can see that probably in your life, how you have a cause, effect, and then that changes the trajectory of how things happen. So for example, you had practice until 8 p.m. and so when you got home, you chose to scroll on your phone instead of studying for a test. Therefore, you did not earn the grade you were hoping for. So looking at these two examples, which one is the cause? This first one, this is what led to the effect. You did not earn the grade you were hoping for. So because you doom scrolled, probably because you were tired when you got home, the effect was you didn't earn the grade. So what could be the impact of this cause and effect situation? What else could happen? So if we're thinking about a chain of events, what else could happen? So if you didn't earn the grade you were hoping for, then maybe you're put on probation on the team, and then you have to start studying more in order to earn higher grades. So you can see how cause and effect creates a chain of events. So now that we have that basic understanding, we're going to apply that to analyzing interactions between individuals, events, and ideas, because these all have cause and effect relationships. I really like when things are broken down into steps, so I have 2 steps here for you to help you start to see how events, ideas, and people interact within a text. So first, we're going to identify the key elements in a text. So we're going to figure out what seems important. So as you read, so you're going to be an active reader, you're going to circle important people, you're going to underline important events, and you're going to star important ideas. And then you're going to ask yourself, this is that inner dialogue that happens. What is happening and who is doing what? And if something is mentioned more than once, it's probably important, so we need to either circle it, underline it, or put a star next to it. So that is step 1, identifying those key elements in the passage. For step 2, we're going to determine the cause and effect relationship between the things that we listed out. So we're going to see how they're related. So after we read, we're going to make a list of those important people, important events, and important ideas so we can see it all written down. And then we're going to make note of how they connect. So who or what caused something to happen and what happened as a result. So these are the cause and effect relationships. Now to help with our thinking, I have some connection stems for us. So we're going to use these stems to help you make connections between the important people, events, and ideas. So you could do blank caused blank to happen, and then you'll just fill in the blanks from something from the article. Blank responded by blank. Blank influenced blank because. Blank affected blank by. Blank led to. And then as a result of blank, blank decided to. So these are just stems that you will fill in based on any article that you're reading to find the connections between the people, events, and ideas. So I think we should do an example here. So what I have is an article about the iPhone. You can see up here I have some circles to circle the key people. I have stars for key ideas, and then we are going to underline key events. So let's get started. In 2007, Apple released the first iPhone, changing how people used mobile phones. So this is an event. Apple released their first iPhone, and the important idea is changing how people use mobile phones. So I'm going to put a little star next to that. Before the iPhone, most phones were designed mainly for calling and texting. Apple's founder, Steve Jobs, that's a person, believed phones could combine communication, internet access, and apps in one device. When the iPhone was launched, consumers quickly adopted the touchscreen technology. That's an event, that's something they did. And other companies, there we have another person. Other companies began redesigning their phones to compete. Okay, so that's something they did. That's an event. I'm going to underline that. As more smartphones entered the market, the idea that phones were multi-purpose tools, not just communication devices, became widely accepted. That's an idea, so we're going to put a star next to that. Reshaping how people work, communicate, and access information. Again, that is an idea, so we're going to put that right there. So we have some people here, we have some events underlined, and then we have some ideas. Let me reread this to make sure. Nothing says that you only have to read something one time. I want to make sure. So I'm looking for people, events, and ideas. In 2007, Apple released the first iPhone, changing how people used mobile phones. Before the iPhone, most phones were designed mainly for calling and texting. Apple's founder, Steve Jobs, believed phones could combine communication, internet access, and apps in one device. When the iPhone launched, consumers quickly adopted touchscreen technology, and other companies began redesigning their phones to compete. As more smartphones entered the market, the idea that phones were multi-purpose tools and not just communication devices became widely accepted, reshaping how people work, communicate, and access information. Now, even though it's not technically a person, they act as an entity. So I'm also going to put a little circle around Apple because I think they're kind of like a person, important entity in this article. So let's review here. So for key people, we're going to list out Steve Jobs, Apple, consumers, and other companies, which is what we have here. Okay, so for the events, we have release of the first iPhone, adoption of touchscreen technology, that's hard for me to say, and other companies redesign phones. That's what we have listed here. And then finally, for some ideas, phones are multi-purpose tools, which we have down here, and technology shapes daily life, which is what we have down here. I think also changing how people use mobile phones goes with phones are now multi-purpose tools and it shaped daily life, so it kind of all goes together. Now I want you to take a moment to turn and talk if you have someone next to you, or if not, that's okay. You can just click the pause button and jot this down independently. But I want you to use the connection stems provided on slide 11, so you can just go back a little bit to those connection stems that we talked about. And I want you to create 3 connections between the people, events, and ideas in the passage. Take a moment to pause this and then come up with 3 connections between the people, events, and ideas in the Apple iPhone passage. You can jot them down as connection 1, connection 2, connection 3. Hey, we are back. Let's look at what I have. You might have something completely different, but that's okay. I just picked 3 stems and wrote about some connections. So these are just examples that you can have. The first one is the release of the first iPhone caused changes in how people used mobile phones. Second, the introduction of touchscreen smartphones led to phones being seen as multi-purpose tools. And then third, this is the fancy one. Steve Jobs' belief that phones could combine multiple functions influenced the design of smartphones because he believed phones could be more than just calling and texting devices. Look at what we just did here. We connected the people, we connected events and ideas, and we looked at the relationship between all 3, and we were able to write about it. That's pretty fancy language arts stuff. And that is it. You are now ready to go off and make your own cause and effect connections between people, ideas, and events in text. If you're a middle school language arts teacher and you like this lesson, feel free to use this video in your classroom. If you want the fill-in-the-blank notes and the practice activities that go in this complete package, those are available in 2 places for you. First, you can find it on Teachers Pay Teachers, or you can find it on ELA Unlimited, which is your one-stop shop if you're a middle school language arts teacher to download what you need when you need it for one low price. All of that is linked in the description below. If you have any questions, let me know, and happy teaching!